Hey, Carmine here with another small bite. So I was out to dinner and I realized something. Well, actually, I didn't realize it. One of my guests did. They said, you know, you look around a restaurant and there's one thing you never see. Now, I don't know if you ever thought about this. It got me thinking. What's the one thing you never see in a restaurant? Doesn't matter pretty much any restaurant you've ever been in. You give up? Well, what if I told you the thing you're missing when you're looking around the walls and looking everywhere you can think of in a restaurant, except for maybe in the kitchen, is a clock. Now, restaurants are a lot different than bars because bars are different time frame, you know, different reason for being there usually. But even bars don't have clocks. Well, I guess you can say they have indicators. They have alarms. You know, 2 o'clock if you're in some states, when it's no longer legal to be drinking in the bar. The lights come up and the bouncers start yelling, "You can't stay here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here." You know, all those old sayings. But there's never clocks because people in restaurants are supposed to be not held to a clock at any specific time. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to allow you the environment to have a great time, get a little carried away with yourself, enjoy yourself in the case of a bar. And a restaurant, not only enjoy yourself, but spend some money. Bars too, I guess. They want you to stay, have a good time, spend some money, and not being worried about, well, it's X o'clock now, I got to go home, I have a meeting, or whatever you have to do. So one thing that you don't see, now that's a good thing and a bad thing. In some cases, it can be a bad thing. You walk into a bar, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's sunny out, and you walk out, and it's 7 o'clock at night, you missed dinner, your wife or husband's home screaming, "Where the hell were you?" And it's dark out. I mean, that could be a bad thing. But the other side of the coin is too, when you get to a restaurant for a reservation and you had a 7 and it's 10 after, there's really nobody pointing at you, except sometimes the maitre d's keeping track of that. And I'm sure most of the folks that I work, the pros I work, have very good track of that. But they'll not yell at you. They shouldn't be pompous and arrogant about it. But the other thing that it doesn't do in a restaurant, it doesn't let you time the service. So that's a good thing. It's a bad thing, and here's why. You sit down, you're enjoying your friend's company, the wait staff might come over to your table 2 or 3 times and ask if you're ready to order. Now, most guests will feel pushed, and they're not trying to do that. The wait staff's coming to the table to make sure that you're getting proper service. They don't feel that you need to wait for them. You should never feel, "We're ready to order. Where's our waiter? Where's our server here?" I hate the word server. Waiter. Let's keep using the word waiter. Very professional. So, where's our waiter? And what they're supposed to do, good wait service, good staff, is they're knowing what you need before you do. So they're coming over, giving you the opportunity, if you're ready to give the order, but they're not supposed to be pushing you along. So, okay, it's a good thing. You kind of lose time, you're caught up with your friends, you haven't seen your buddy in 3-4 months, you're there to talk about the boss after work, you want to give a couple of minutes to unwind, you want to have a cocktail, all well and good. The downside for the restaurant, though, is now it's been, let's say, 12 minutes, and you're looking at your waiter, you know, well, where's my appetizer? Where's that soup I ordered? The problem is that you're so used to, as an American in this current restaurant industry, to sit down, get the order, and have food thrown on the plate and thrown in front of you in 6 minutes or 4 minutes or some kind of crap like that. Let me ask you something. If you live in upstate New York and it takes you 3 hours to drive to Manhattan, can you drive in an hour? Of course not. I mean, I don't care how fast you're going, you can't get there in an hour. If you're ordering a pork chop and you ask for it well done, or a veal chop well done, I've had this happen in the restaurant, and it takes 25 minutes to cook. The minute you get the order in the kitchen, it goes on the grill or in the oven, it's going to take 25 minutes. Where the hell do you get off thinking after 15 minutes, where's my food? So the problem is that some people that just don't know anything about food or cooking start ranting and raving, and here I go, you know, giving you a little inside scoop. But the truth is, I'm in the kitchen putting that food together. Now, the bad thing from the restaurant's point of view is, you know, you don't have a clock to look at. You can't think, well, you know, it's only been 12 minutes. Maybe they're right. Maybe they do cook food here. The downside is, from the restaurant's perspective, it is what it is. Your perception of it being a long time is what it is. The only way I can disagree with you or correct you, which you never want to do to a customer, would be to come out of the kitchen with the dupe. Here's the time the ticket came in the order. That's when you ordered it, and this is what time it is now. Now, I've worked with bosses that have done that, just basically to remind the guest, hey, you know what, we make the food from scratch here. But ultimately, I guess clocks in a restaurant don't serve any purpose. The only thing they can do is make you remember I should be somewhere else, or hey, you know what, the food's taking forever. There's really no good thing. In a bar, it's the same thing. So next time you go to a food service establishment, you go to a restaurant, especially a sit-down restaurant, or you go to your bar, whether it's a hot club, the hot new spot, or it's the neighborhood joint, you're going to find no clocks, and there's a good reason for that. Another quick, small bite from Carmine. Thanks for watching.